Alright, second half, it's time. Let's finish this story and see how it ends. Breakout. Oh, what do you know? I got plenty. Oh, not really anymore. Okay. I probably should have thought of that before I did the daily.
We need to find a way out. Same as before. I scout for enemies, you clear them.
No problem. Even without the action by my side, I can do this. Too easy. You can't escape. Take this. Glad I could help, Adjutant. Treasure, come on.
This elevator will get us out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's go.
There's nothing else, man. There's nothing else. And they can make the rooms, but it's only used in stories.
Negative energy. The mirror captures all. Eyesight the reflection. Eyesight the reflection. May all evil be purged. Break. Take this. Impressed, Adjutant?
Nice. Still don't know if I want to get Boo or not.
Glad I could help, Adjutant.
That's... Come on, no need to lead me. Can't you just let me figure it out? Okay. There we go. Come on. Can you survive that, boo-boo? It's over here, though. Nothing. No, it's nothing. Come on.
I'm a full-fledged Heimdall operative. The stars have aligned. Don't hesitate. I sense a new level. Take this. Take this. I find the reflection. Treasure, come my way. Cascading light.
Nice. Reached. I don't know what to do about that. Is everything still working? Yeah, it is. Okay. Just gotta make sure. Always got to. Always. Don't trust myself.
Adjutant! Found you.
How sweet. Okay, come on. What you got? How do you pronounce that? Sisyphus, the mortal king who dared deceive the gods. His punishment was eternal, to heave a boulder up the mountain, only to watch it tumble back each time it neared the summit. No rest, no mercy, no end. Some parts are still unclear, like the Deimos fusion Esther mentioned. He was probably referring to the monstrous form Rozan just revealed, but it's enough information for now. That fusion must require an enormous amount of Titagen, 2 fusions. Esther's Titagen reserves could power 1. Rozan's, though likely greater, could still only sustain 1. They came either to kill me, or use me against Sisyphus, who must be Rozan's Deus.
But the records show Rozan already suppressed her Deus. She's reportedly the only demiurge to have fully mastered hers.
In Deus research, the demiurges are ahead of Yggdrasil, and in Titagen mastery, Rozan stands unmatched. Maybe that's how she plans to push her combat strength even further, by channeling that much Titagen, amplifying her power. But at the cost of control over her Deus. I don't know the exact mechanism, but it's the most plausible explanation. Looking back on every clash with Rozan, her mastery of Titagen kept shattering my expectations. Thanks to her, my own combat power has soared within a day. Even now, I was testing the techniques I learned, feeling the rhythm flow through me. Alright, that's enough to go on. From what we've just learned, Rozan will likely hunt Titans first to restore her Titagen reserves. Time's against us. Once she recovers, she'll come straight for us. We split up here. Like I said, I'll hold Rozan off. Let's go. Mauser, if things go south, you make the call. Mauser nodded, walked past Boo Boo, lifted Esther, and headed for the door. Boo Boo hesitated, glancing my way.
Adjutant, we're really splitting up?
Yes. Yeah. Time you stood on your own feet.
But...
There was worry in her eyes, or maybe it was insecurity. Don't worry about me. Finish the mission, then fall back. What comes next isn't a fight meant for you or Mauser.
I understand.
She gathered herself and met my gaze, unwavering.
I won't let you down, Adjutant. I swear it.
With that, she spun and ran after Mauser. Don't worry about me. Once the Titans are cleared, I'm confident I can take Rozan down. Even with all the intel we gathered, I still couldn't be sure I could bring Rozan down. I left the room and followed Boo Boo and Mauser at a distance, watching over them from the shadows until they left the sanatorium. Nothing left to hold me back now. I steadied my breathing and ran through everything I knew, searching for a way to win. Evening settled in, and twilight deepened in the west. On the road to a Northwind Aerospace Center, Mauser and Boo ran in silence, one leading, one trailing.
Mauser! Miss Mauser!
Miss Mauser? Boo Boo quickened her pace to run beside her. Mauser glanced over, giving a slight nod for her to speak.
Are we really leaving the Adjutant back there?
Of course not.
Fighting orders, are we?
That's a relief. I really thought we were pulling back.
Mauser didn't answer. Boo Boo muttered to herself instead.
We finished the job first.
From then on, they ran in silence toward Northwind Aerospace Center.
Captain, visual on movements along the main road.
Keep them in sight.
It's been a while since I last saw you. Chisha lifted her binoculars, spotting 2 figures sprinting down the road.
They're manifestations from Heimdall. Open the gate. Everyone else, stay alert. They may have pursuers on their tail.
Moments later, Mauser and Boo Boo dashed through the gate of the Aerospace Center.
Captain Lee, this is the missing Coyote leader. Please take her into custody.
Understood. Come with me. This isn't the place to talk.
Well, I realized you have a voice. Very nice. Chisha signaled a few soldiers to secure the unconscious Esther and take her away, then turned and headed inside. Boo Boo and Mauser followed her to a reinforced door deep inside the complex. It was a door operated by a rotary valve. Once they passed through, Chisha locked it tight. The lights dimmed, machinery rumbled to life.
Measuring hydrogen concentration. Turret level 1%. Access granted.
A green light blinked on the far wall. A hidden door slid open, and Bubu followed Major and Li Shisha inside.
Can we talk now?
Oh, of course. This is a black room, a joint project between us and Yggdrasil. It only functions safely under low Titagen levels. These rooms are now standard at major comms hubs. Each one's hardwired to other sites with Titagen-proof lines, preventing Edda's interference at the physical layer. Their main job is keeping communications stable inside contaminated sections. Maintaining hardlines isn't cheap, so most are short point-to-point links. As long as one end stays outside the contamination, the connection holds.
Li Shisha switched on the comms channel.
This is the only exception. A long-distance line linking Yggdrasil to Northwind.
Caroline here. Captain Lee, any word on the adjutant and the two operatives?
The operatives are here with me. They can update you directly.
Caroline, Mouseier here.
Status? Where's the adjutant? Boss,
Tao speaking. Mouse here. Report.
After our last transmission, we ran into Rozan again. The adjutant sent Bubu and me to Northwind to reach you. He needs clearance to use annihilation charges.
Caroline, open another military channel.
on it.
Did the adjutant specify the purpose?
Hundreds of Heli-class Titans are descending within the sanatorium. He intends to load the charges into a rocket and wipe them out in a single strike. The Titans are targeting Northwind. The adjutant also believes Rozan's current combat strength is being sustained entirely by Titagen. And Rozan has found a countermeasure to the death knell.
Yarus has no tree. To summon that many Titans, she'd need a massive Titagen relay. The adjutant knows that, right?
He didn't say. I can't confirm.
If that's his plan, the charges shouldn't endanger him. Killing the Titans removes Edda from the equation, then it's only Rozan left. Pressure on the eastern line is maxed. The military's bleeding badly, while Life and Katya have held out for a long time. I have almost no reserves left to deploy. Titans are also assaulting the Yerus borders, from Ulster, a new territory. It looks like Edda is going all in to raise Northwind. What about you two? Still holding up?
We're fine. Still combat capable.
Bowser turned to look at Boo-Boo. To Boo-Boo, Heimdall operatives had always seemed like ordinary girls. Bowser, for instance, was a quiet girl who acted cuter when talking with Andrew. But right now, the way Mauser looked at her froze her blood. Cold, unshakable. A silent warning to play along. On the other end of the call was the commander who led the entire company. The decision was intimidating. But a voice in her stirred her. But a voice in her heart stirred her.
Yes! We're holding up fine!
On the line, Tao drew a slow, weary breath.
Maushir, I'll honor your decision.
Thank you, ma'am.
Boss, clearance secured, but the military is demanding we take any PR fallout.
Accept it. Time's against us. Support arrives in 3 hours.
It's a while.
Maushir, do what you believe you must.
The call ended. The console went dark. The room plunged into silent and absolute darkness.
I'll have the annihilation charges prepped.
The rotary valve door opened, and the three stepped out. Leichisha stepped out briefly and returned with a small case in hand.
Guidance beacon. It will allow the rocket to be guided through the Titagen interference and strike this exact point. Launch is scheduled for 20 minutes from now. Impact less than 10 seconds after that.
Bowser took the beacon and gave Lichisha a silent nod. Lichisha looked like she was about to speak, then thought better of it. She straightened, then offered Mauser a formal salute. Mauser didn't look back. She simply walked on. Boo Boo followed. They didn't stop until they passed through the main gate of the Aerospace Center.
Thanks for covering me just now. You can come with me or walk away. Your call.
I'm not walking away. I'm staying to help.
Even though you know you might die.
Come on.
I'm not afraid of that.
But you're shaking.
Mauser broke into a run. Boo Boo fell in behind her.
That's nerves, not fear.
Mauser ignored her.
We're going to plant the beacon, right? Hey! And after that, we go help the adjutant, right?
I thought you knew the difference. Forget it.
Mauser shook her head and fell silent.
You...
They ran on, one ahead, one behind. Boo Boo couldn't hear her own heartbeat, her breath.
You still have until we see the Titans to think about it. Choose like you mean it. Don't just tag along like a hothead.
Boo Boo drew a sharp breath, sprinted ahead, and cut Mauser off.
I admit it. I don't have much experience, and I've always looked up to you and the others. I know you're super strong. If it weren't for you, Rozan would have killed us all. You've earned the right to chew me out, and I'd take it. But don't look down on me. I'm no coward. I'm not like you. I can't always see where my choices will lead. But I love him too. I want to help him, to fix what's gone wrong. I'm not some hot-headed idiot rushing into danger. Even if I die, I'll finish the mission. That's what you mean, isn't it? That we choose knowing what it'll cost us? You think I don't get that?
Boo's chest heaved, her breath ragged.
That's not what I meant. I read your file. Back in the cavern in Beiting, you warned others not to come rescue you. Do you remember how that felt? Do you remember the resolve it took? Is that the same resolve you felt just now? Maybe he doesn't need us. Maybe we'll change something. Or maybe we won't. But can you hold on to that resolve, no matter how it ends? Heimdall is one big family. We're all girls he loves. His family.
I still can't wrap my head around that big family idea.
You might think this sounds preachy, maybe even patronizing. But since you look up to me, I owe it to you to say this. Death itself carries no weight. It only feels cruel when you really let yourself picture it. And resolve, real resolve, only hardens when it's forged in that kind of cruelty. Look at me. I know how much it would hurt the adjutant if I died. But even so, I'd die for him.
Alright then. Listen. I feel the same. I'd die for him too. I'm going, no matter what it costs. Even if it's hopeless, even if he hates me for it, even if it hurts him, even if he calls me an idiot, I'm still going. He dies, I won't want to live. He saved my life. That That gives me more reason to die for him than you have.
Ew. She runs that deep. Oh, of course it does. What am I thinking? This is Snowbreak.
All right. I understand your resolve. I misjudged you. I'm sorry. I had to ask. It's my responsibility. Let's go. We're running out of time.
Mauser brushed past her and broke into a run. A sting pricked at Bubu's nose. She paused, tilting her head back toward the dusky sky. So many words caught in her throat. It hurt. She almost cried. She stamped her foot and ran to catch up. Inside the sanatorium, Rozan and I had been locked in a brutal stalemate for some time. Rozan's fusion with her Deimos was her answer to the death knell, but it burned through Tytogen fast, limiting how often she could use it. We saw it in the last encounter. After dreading her own reserves, Rozan had to draw Tytogen from Esther just to trigger the fusion. So I played on that gap, bluffed her, seized the initiative, and kept her pinned down. I pushed her farther and farther from the Titans on purpose, but I knew it wouldn't last. Sooner or later, she'd realize I was bluffing. I threw another punch, and this time she finally tapped into her Tytogen, meeting it head on. Is everything still working? It is working.
That good enough for you? Where are the two manifestations?
Oh. I caught her follow-up punch with my offhand, like stags locking antlers. She drove into me with both arms. I barely kept my footing, forced back step by step into the corner. I knocked her hand aside, but her grip locked tighter on my arm. We went down together. She kicked off the fall, trying to fall on top of me. I followed the motion, rolled through, and came out on top. But Rozan clammed her legs around my waist, stopping the mount cold. Before I could throw a blow, she lunged. Her chest slammed into my shoulder, her right arm snaking around my neck. If she locked it in, my throat would snap. No time to think. I bridged hard, arched back with her momentum, and slammed her head into the floor. As her legs loosened from the impact, I slipped out and put distance between us. She'd realized there was no point in hoarding Tytogen for another fusion with her Deimos. Meanwhile, I'd grown proficient with Tytogen in both attack and defense. She still had the edge in speed, but I wasn't as easy to overpower as that morning. At this point, only grappling could break through each other's defenses. One clean position and it'd be over in a heartbeat. But there was no need to settle it here. When the rocket hit, when the Titans were gone, and Edda was off the board, that's when we'd end this. But I couldn't let her slip away either. I couldn't afford to give her an opening. We traded blows until our Tytogen ran low. Then, by unspoken agreement, we broke off, each of us hunting Titans to resupply. Wow. There's still a huge cache of Tytogen, probably underground. Edda's stash. If the rocket failed to wipe it out, this fight could drag on forever. Longer. If I could stall her until support got here. But that wasn't something I could count on. I stood over a fallen Titan, drawing in Tytogen, weighing my options. In moments, the Titan's form vanished. Rozan's control over Tytogen was far more refined than mine, a result of deliberate, focused training. That wasn't something I could match in a day. But in raw absorption speed, she couldn't beat me. I'd taken in 2 trees. The tree was like a vessel, barely holding itself together. Once it cracked, the Titan inside burst out like a river breaking through ice. The pain was unforgettable, and it undeniably strengthened my body's capacity to absorb Tytogen. In sheer replenishment speed, I'd outpace Rozan. There was still a chance. I pulled away from the Titan pack, scanning again, looking for another opening. In the basement, Sophie waited for the Titans to finish gathering. She hummed softly, and the Titans moved at her command. Suddenly, Eda's hologram flickered into view before her. Sophie instinctively bowed her head.
Time to move.
As you wish.
2 manifestations slipped in. You didn't notice? You should have. You're stronger than they are now.
What would you have me do?
One of them carries a device called the Death Knell. I want it.
Bitch. With a wave, Eda summoned a holographic image of Mauser and the Death Knell.
Complete the task, and I'll give you some of the knowledge you seek.
Sophie remained silent, head still bowed. Eda tilted her head, studying her. A moment passed before Sophie finally looked up, but Eda was already gone. Well, shit. Can you get rid of Eda already? Shit, get her out of here. Getting tired of her already. Alright. Boo-Boo felt uneasy. The uncertainty of going off script didn't thrill her. It suffocated her. It scared her. She was afraid of failing. But a moment ago, she couldn't hold back the storm in her chest, watching Mauser speak to Tao, calm and precise, the two of them in perfect sync, hardly needing words at all. I'll honor your decision. Do what you believe you must. Tao probably knew Mauser was lying. The difference was, they always seemed to know exactly where their choices would lead.
I see.
Suddenly, she understood why she lost control just now. Because her desire burned too strong. She was still too weak to match it.
But I also...
She'd always been the one pushing herself the hardest. Everyone else made it look easy, accomplishing impossible missions as if they were nothing. She felt out of place, just a field agent bumped up by luck, by Tao and the adjutant. She didn't have what the other manifestations had. No gifts, no brilliance. So she never allowed herself to slack. Every spare moment was spent proving she deserved her place. And still, it felt like she blew it, leaving Andra behind to cover her while she ran like a coward. Was it because she hadn't followed orders to the letter? Discouragement was crushing, but then a heat rose from that same place, as she remembered why she'd started down this road at all.
Adjutant.
That fragile courage was enough to steady her, at least for now. She looked up and realized they'd reached the outer edge of the sanatorium. The head Titan still poured out, wave after wave through a breach in the battered wall. Mauser halted, crouched, and tapped at her wrist console.
What are you doing?
Running placement calculations for the guidance beacon. There. Done. Can your specular array cloak both of us?
You mean visual masking? Where's the drop point?
Mauser raised her hand, and the console projected a 3D map of the terrain below. All viable drop sites for the beacon lit up, every single one dead in the middle of the Titan swarm.
No way. The visual masking bends light to fool the eye. It's not invisibility magic. There are too many Titans here. The specular array can't hide us from every direction at once. Wait!
She looked up, scanning the Titans around them. They lumbered outward, slow and unaware of the two girls nearby.
Maybe there is a way.
The specular array detached from Boo-Boo's back and locked into place above them.
They're huge. If we keep low, we might stay hidden. It won't conceal us perfectly, not like masking from a fixed angle. Think of it as high-end camouflage, not invisibility. But if they don't look down, and we move slowly, it might work.
We've got time. Let's try it.
Boo-Boo's so adorable, man. They moved together as if under a single umbrella, crouched low, inching toward the heart of the pack. Boo-Boo focused on controlling the specular array. It was going so smoothly that her nerves finally had room to panic. But Titan legs loomed all around. She dared not say anything. She glanced down at the mirrored surface before her. The specular ray scanned the ground behind it, projecting the feed across its many mirrored panels around them to keep them concealed. One glance, and the blood in her veins turned to ice.
Malshir. We've been made.
Hundreds of Titans turned toward them at once. A jolt ran through Boo Boo, her scalp prickling, her skin turning cold. This is... I'm getting some Attack on Titan vibes right now.
Run. Don't just stand there.
Mauser shoved her hard. Boo Boo snapped too, withdrew the specular ray, and bolted after her.
Stay close.
Mauser darted ahead, aiming for a loose spot in the line of Titans. But the moment she moved, they shifted, the gap snapping shut like a net drawing closed. The Titans even crouched low, blocking any path beneath their legs. But they didn't attack, just kept shifting, tightening the formation, closing every escape.
Someone's guiding them. It's Sophie.
Boo Boo had reached the same conclusion just as a soft hum began to rise. Through a breach in the sanatorium wall, Sophie emerged, walking calmly beneath the Titans' legs. A gunshot cracked beside Boo Boo. Mauser raised her sniper rifle and fired the instant Sophie appeared. Mauser didn't let up. Over 100 meters, her first round blew apart a Titan's massive hand shielding Sophie. The next few shots cut off every line of retreat. But before she emptied the mag, she stopped. Boo Boo already had both SMGs up, watching their six. But the Titans just stood there, motionless, like spectators in an arena.
Should we push? Break through and meet up with the adjutant?
Hold on. She dodged every shot. Something's off.
A low warning whine cracked through the sensors atop Mauser's head.
This isn't right. She's stronger. Way stronger than she was this morning. Stronger than both of us now.
Then we take her up close. These two SMGs aren't for show.
I don't want to hurt you.
Even from over 100 meters away, her voice reached them like a whisper in their ears.
Hand over the death knell, and I'll let you walk away.
Silence fell. Every Titan froze, eyes fixed on Mauser and Boo Boo.
Boo Boo,
I'm listening.
we make one push together. If we don't break through, I'll use the death knell to cover your escape.
We go together. I'm not leaving you.
If we split up, there might be a chance. Together, neither of us would make it. Your exosuit's built for combat. Mine's recon. You have the better shot. Besides, without using the death knell, there's no chance of getting out. I'll hold Sophie and the Titans, keeping the breach and the wall clear. Take that chance to charge through. Once you're inside the sanatorium, it'll be hard for them to chase you without a clear line of sight.
You never planned to get out, did you?
Mauser didn't answer.
She's strong. I don't know if I can take her. Once you're through, find the adjutant. I'll hold on until he gets here.
A sharp wave of humiliation hit Boo Boo. Or maybe it was just the hate of feeling weak, helpless. She didn't belong on a battlefield like this. The Titans loomed in silence, as if mocking her uselessness. And she couldn't change a thing. When she was with Andro, she could hide it, keeping him from worrying. But now, she didn't even have that excuse. Running again, leaving someone else to cover her retreat. First Andro, now Mauser. Again, she could do nothing.
Snap out of it.
She shot Boo Boo a glance over her shoulder.
Don't think you've got the easy job here. Didn't you swear to the adjutant that you wouldn't let him down? Then keep your word. Find the adjutant without tipping off Rozan, and bring him back. Can you do that?
Boo Boo drew in a deep breath.
I can.
Then go.
With that, Mauser surged toward the breach like a loosed arrow. The death knell spun to life in her hands. Colorless waves flashed through the amber dusk. Boo Boo stumbled through the door, gasping for air. Just as Mauser planned, with the death knell holding the Titans at bay, Boo Boo made it into the sanatorium. Her mind was blank. Where was Andro? Where was Rozan? She hadn't thought that far.
That feeling again.
Oh, come on, Boo Boo. You got this. So tell me, who else could I trust with that?
Understood. I won't let you down, Adjutant. I'm working to become a real manifestation. A true Heimdall operative.
Oh, no! No! She pressed her hands to her face. A sob escaped before she could hold it in.
If it hadn't been me.
You mean?
If he picked someone stronger instead.
A saying surfaced in her mind. When you've given it your all, that's when talent shows.
No. Get yourself together, Boo Boo.
She wiped her tears with the back of her hand. That wasn't the time for self-pity. She knew that, but the moment no one was watching, her frustration spilled out.
The Adjutant. Rozan.
She drew a steadying breath and scanned her surroundings. Mauser wasn't wrong. Finding the Adjutant while staying out of Rozan's sight wouldn't be an easy job.
Right.
She pulled out the specular array, 18 drones in total. At her command, the drones split and scattered, multiplying into 72 smaller units. Fully deployed, the specular array formed 72 panels, each demanding direct manifestation control. From the day she'd received the exosuit, Boo Boo had trained without pause. It demanded razor focus, and a memory like steel. At first, she could barely handle a handful of them. Drones collided midair, failed to link up, or took ages to sync. But she kept at it. In time, she was able to command all 18 at once. Now, all 72 drones fanned out around her. A few still clipped one another, but together they gave her sight all around corners, down hallways more than 10 meters away. It was a brutal test of focus, managing a sweep with some drones while tracking dozens of live feeds from every angle.
I can do this. It's just a bit tricky, that's all. Better than having no plan at all.
Soon, footsteps echoed down the empty hall. Rozan had already clashed one-on-one with Andro 4 times. Clash, train, retreat, again. The cycle seemed pointless, but it was really a battle of endurance. Rozan was patient. Andro hounded her, afraid she might slip away. In truth, she feared the same, that he might leave first. She'd come partly out of curiosity for Sophie's abilities, but mostly to kill Andro. For now, something else still held his attention. Edda. He had surprised her more than she cared to admit. She'd come to end him with something close to mourning, but he kept rewriting that script. More than once, he'd push her to the edge of true mortal peril, and she hadn't minded at all. She had always taken pleasure in a good fight. By now, the fusion of her cells with Tytogen had reached a new tier. And with that power, the long-suppressed Deimos within her, Sisyphus, began to stir. Each time she invoked fusion, Sisyphus threatened to seize control. She could master the fusion only by defeating and destroying Sisyphus. It was a long war, but one she could twist to her advantage. If she could beat Sisyphus while they refused, she could end it for good. Beyond that lay a new stage of evolution, a being freed from the weakness of flesh in full command of her own form. Wait. I just got reminded. She kind of reminds me of Aizen right now. During that arc, that one arc from a long time ago in Bleach. Shit, with the Aizen with the Hogyo-Q. Shit. Once Andro fell, Yggdrasil would collapse, and the new world she envisioned would finally have room to rise. She drained another Titan for Titagen, flexed her wrists, and walked into the sanatorium. Fighting and killing were her craft. The ring-shaped complex reminded her of an ancient gladiator arena. The perfect place to face Andro to the death. The thought pleased her. But someone's arrival shattered what she had in mind. A pulse from the death knell rippled through the air. After taking so many blows, her body had grown sensitive enough to feel its vibrations even without the sound.
Not too far.
She turned, gazing through the walls toward where the device had flared, the area where the Titans had gathered. Then she turned to another direction, toward the spot where she and Andro had split after their last clash. They had pulled back in opposite directions, which meant he wouldn't sense the disturbance coming from the Titans' location. That only sharpened her suspicion. From what she could see, his odds were next to none, yet he was clearly waiting for something. Since she'd been forced to use her fusion in front of him, he'd already used that knowledge once to ambush her. The two manifestations with the death knell must have left the sanatorium. She'd left openings during her duels, yet they never appeared. She thought she had his game figured out, and the mission those two manifestations were on. But now, that certainly wavered.
Could they be trying to lure me out?
Really are like the MC. It didn't match Andro's style, but she wasn't about to gamble on that. She decided it wasn't a trap. Not for her, anyway. Then, she sensed another disturbance. A manifestation with twin SMGs bursting into the sanatorium, unaware of her presence. The complex was so quiet, she could hear the girl sobbing. Oh, still? Come on, boo-boo. She was tempted to strike at once, kill the girl, and Andro would certainly let an opening slip. But last time she'd gone after the girl, Andro had seen it coming. So Rozan swung wide, moving fast and silent to cut the girl off ahead. No sign of Andro en route. Then she made her call. This hunt would be quick, clean, ruthless. Just as the girl's floating specular array rounded the corner, Rozan made her move. Like a speeding chariot, she lunged, closing the 10 meters between them before the girl could even react. True to her nickname, the little geomancer ducked under the strike and bolted the way Rozan had come, as if she'd foreseen the ambush. Miss. She pivoted to chase, but the girl swerved past her by inches. The girl was slippery as an eel. In this maze of a space, even with her body reinforced by Titagen, pinning her down quickly was nearly impossible. Time worked against Rozan. This was an opportunity she couldn't afford to miss. Titagen surged through her. She had to kill the girl before Andro noticed. Close in, strike, but the girl twisted away in a heartbeat before impact. She closed in again, only for her target to dodge down a hallway. Re-aim, intercept. The girl skimmed along the rubble at the corner and slipped around the wall. Rozan blasted through the wall. The rising dust gave the girl a moment to widen the gap. Again and again, just as Rozan was about to catch her, the girl darted off like a hare. But stamina made the difference. Her dodges grew clumsy, her footing unsteady. She was reaching her limit. Finally, they reached the theater. The exit was clear in sight. Her target hadn't made it out. She was probably hiding under the seats, catching her breath. An idea struck Rozan. If manifestations had one constant, it was their habit of risking their lives for the one man they cared about. Here we go. Here we go. She stepped out onto the stage, eyes sweeping the empty seats.
How pathetic, Adjutant. Death's closing in, and you're already throwing away everything you ever believed in. Hiding behind a weakling to buy yourself time.
She turned her back to the exit, retreating slowly as her eyes swept the hall. She knew the lie was clumsy, but it didn't matter. The stakes were too high for the girl to risk it. 1 second. 2. On the third, the girl who fought so hard to flee stepped out from behind the curtain across the stage. Oh boy. What now? What now, boo-boo? What now?
Rozan, she's right on my heels. Come on, I have to make it out. Take this. Glad I could help, Adjutant. Take this.
Wait. Before I go... Oh, a nice little courtyard. Look at that. It's so nice. Nah, that wouldn't work.
Sense prevalent presence. The mirror captures all. I guide the reflection. Almost there. Faster. Vital energy restored. I guide the reflection.
Whoops.
Stars have aligned. Don't hesitate.
Perfect.
Make all evil be purged. Break.
Nice. Aw. There's more.
I'm okay. Focus on the mission. Take this. Glad I could help, Adjutant. Theater? Maybe I can buy a little more time.
We're just playing this in real time?
Too easy. Take this.
What? Oh, right.
I guide the reflection. Impressed, Adjutant? Take this.
Bad. Not bad for a story stage.
Too
Good
easy.
amount of enemies.
Stars have aligned. Don't hesitate. Take this. Cascading light. Impressed, Adjutant?
Very nice, boo-boo. Very nice. Not bad. Every mission should be like that.
Huh? Adjutant! Huh? Found you.
Back to where the chase began, this time from the prey's perspective. The specular array she used for scouting had split into 2 formations, one decoy, one hidden. The decoy set stayed visible, while the hidden one hugged the floor, mirror side up, blending perfectly into its surroundings. When Rozan burst around the corner, the hidden panels caught her, Thinking fast, Boo slipped past the incoming charge, using Rozan's own momentum to widen the gap. She darted through the sanatorium, without even a second to draw her weapon. With Rozan on her heels, only sharp swerves and tempo shifts could keep her alive. Run, run like hell. Time seemed to drag. Her body felt like it was coming apart. Manifestation power surged through every fiber, forcing her muscles and heart to run at full capacity. Her theotropic nerves flared like needles under her skin, the unmistakable sting of exhaustion. She had no sense of how long she'd been running. Rozan's voice rose and fell behind her like a tide. She only knew one thing. She couldn't stop. All those multitasking drills of the specular ray had finally paid off. Just barely she managed to juggle it all, mapping her escape route, twisting obstacles to her favor, gauging speed and distance, all at once. Body and mind were at the edge. Only willpower held her together. She wasn't running for her own life anymore. The others' lives depended on her too. That belief kept her moving. Her lungs burned, her limbs were numb from fingertips to thighs, her skin tingled, her vision blurred at the edges. She burst into a pitch-dark space, wide and hollow, theater. She ducked behind the curtain and clamped a hand over her mouth, forcing her breath to stay silent. Her muscles felt ready to ignite, twitching with heat and strain. Sweat poured off her. The heat made her feel dizzy. She fought to quiet every breath, forcing her heartbeat to slow. Darkness crept into her vision from lack of air. Then suddenly, stage lights flared to life. The footsteps stopped. She stilled every reflex, forcing herself to be still.
How pathetic, Adjutant. Death's closing in, and you're already throwing away everything you ever believed in.
Death closing in?
Hiding behind a weakling to buy yourself time.
Buy him time? Me?
She had no idea what happened with Andro. Since Rozan's sudden ambush, she'd done nothing but run. No time to think.
Is the adjutant in danger? Does he really need me to hold her off?
Footsteps started up again, and they were receding.
Is this a trick to draw me out? But what if it's true?
Whether it was true or not, stepping out now meant death, facing an enemy she couldn't possibly defeat. But this was the one thing she couldn't take a chance on. If Andro really needed just a sliver of time to shift the odds, she'd give it. With her life, she had to. If she had to. Besides, deep down, this was what she'd wanted all along. To stand, not hide. To fight, not flee. To protect, not be shielded or saved. That was her idea of what it meant to be a true Heimdall operative. She rose and stepped out from behind the curtain.
Stop! Rozan, your fight is with me!
This was the strongest foe she had ever faced, or could imagine. Even Andro couldn't get the upper hand on Rozan, and when Boo Boo twice had the opening at point-blank range, she had still failed to land the killing blow. But none of that mattered anymore.
Not running anymore. You decided to buy him a little more time with your life. Don't worry. After I kill you, I'll finish him as well. You two will die together.
Save it! Bring it on! I'm not afraid of you!
The words tore free. A rush followed, like chains snapping in a river breaking loose. She gulped air as all 72 specular array drones burst outward. Theotropic nerves flared under the strain, letting her seize control of every drone and blanket the theater. Boo Boo raised her guns and fired at the lights. Darkness swallowed the hall. A flicker of movement near the exit. A crouched figure inching toward escape.
Guess I gave you too much credit.
She lunged toward the exit and brought her hand down hard, only to hit air. Her palm cut straight through Boo Boo, and the figure vanished on contact. Behind her, Boo Boo's SMGs roared, raking Rozan's back with fire. Rozan snarled, spun, and clawed at nothing again. It had to be some kind of illusion, she thought, a decoy projection. But the bullets were real. The shots had to be coming from where the girl really was. As if the girl had reached the same conclusion herself, gunfire echoed from every direction. Here and there came the faint whisper of air, or drones weaving through the dark. Rounds found flesh now and then. Rozan kept her guard over her vitals, advancing into every burst of gunfire, closing off the girl's space bit by bit. Then it came. A dry click from straight ahead, the sound of an empty gun, the signal Rozan had been waiting for. With a shattering impact, Rozan finally struck home. Something clattered to the floor. Metal, not flesh. Even now, she hadn't landed a true blow on the girl herself. The girl got to her feet again, gritting her teeth. Rozan loomed, cutting off every escape route.
You've got guts. I see it now. No dead weight under the adjutant's command. The last 2 times, you were a breath away from killing me. But what felt like a mere breath to you is a chasm you'll never cross. Tell me your name before I kill you, girl. You've earned a place among the foes I won't forget.
Boo Boo used the specular array to bend light, weaving illusions through the darkened theater. The decoys fired to scramble Rozan's head on her true position, so she could slip real shots through. But what if even bullets couldn't hurt her? With nowhere left to dodge, she barely managed to deflect the blow with the specular ray, but the force that broke through hurled her into a wall. She steadied herself and pushed back to her feet. In the gloom, she saw the warped bullets forced out of Rozan's wounds by sheer muscle, clattering to the floor.
You've got guts. I see it now. No dead weight under the adjutant's command. The last 2 times, you were a breath away from killing me. But what felt like a mere breath to you is a chasm you'll never cross. Tell me your name before I kill you, girl. You've earned a place among the foes I won't forget.
She had no idea how to beat this foe, but that didn't matter anymore.
Alright, listen up! I'm Boo Boo, an operative of Heimdall!
There was no room left to retreat. No way left to win. She dropped her SMGs, clenched her fists, and fixed her eyes on the monster before her. Sometimes she thought that hard work pays off. It was a lie. She'd never known what it truly meant to be a Heimdall operative, and now no amount of effort could give her even a chance of defeating Rozan. But as he shouted her name, without regret, she finally stood. Every wrong she'd endured, every frustration, every sting of failure, and drop of sweat, it had all been worth it. No one knew better how much she'd longed for this moment, or how long she'd waited for it to come. Okay, MC, where are you? Meeting Rozan's strike head-on, she drew on every ounce of strength she had and threw a full-force punch at an unbeatable enemy. At death. Then she heard a roar. Furious, urgent, rushing closer. Oh, there you are. At the instant of impact, she saw Rozan get blown away. Her consciousness finally gave way, sinking into darkness. Boo Boo, wake up! Come on, wake up! Took you long enough, bro. I cradled Boo Boo in my arms. I made it just in time, but she and Rozan had already traded heavy blows. She was drenched in sweat and clearly in bad shape.
Adjutant? I'm not dead.
No. Close, but you're not. Thank goodness. I heard gunfire and came as fast as I could. Why did you come back? Where's Mauser?
Mauser, You've got to save her. She's still out there. The rocket needs a guidance beacon. She's the one carrying it. Sophie and the Titans have her pinned down. She got me out, told me to find you.
And then you ran into Rozan. Can you move? She tried to move, but couldn't even lift her hands. I'll carry you. Look at that. I lifted her onto my back. She was light but limp. Her arms hung loosely over my chest.
The breach, over there. She said Sophie's stronger than both of us now. Adjutant, can we still make it?
We can. I ran through the rubber with her on my back, clutching her arms to keep her from falling. She was too weak to hold on herself. Boo Boo, you did great. She was silent for a moment on my back.
I'm just glad you're okay. Rozan, she lied. She said you were in danger. I wanted to buy you time, so... I was stupid, wasn't I?
You're not stupid. You just cared too much. And you did great. You held out long enough for me to reach you. You must have drained Rozan, otherwise she wouldn't have tried to bolt the moment she saw me.
That's good. I'm so glad. Then, maybe... I finally proved it, right?
Proved what?
Proved I'm a true Heimdall operative.
You always were, Boo Boo. From the moment I brought you into Heimdall, you were already one of us.
Huh. So I didn't get in just because of connections after all.
Of course not. What made you think that?
I'm not gifted. Director Tao was the one who made the call, and you saved me. That's how I ended up as a manifestation. If it hadn't been me, it could have been anyone else. I'm just an ordinary girl. Honestly, back in that cavern in Beiting, when I warned others not to come rescue me, I was scared. I kept thinking I wasn't good enough, so I kept working, kept pushing myself, again and again.
I know. I've known it all along. I've always been the one who worked on the hardest. I saw it all. What is it? I'm listening.
I'm so tired. I held on for so long, and now... But I'm just so tired. So tired.
Boo Boo,
Hmm?
you've always made me proud. Boo Boo went quiet again. Warm tears soaked into my shoulder.
Adjutant, I didn't let you down. I wasn't scared. I wasn't afraid of Rozan. I don't want to leave anyone behind. It hurts. It really hurts.
I know. The sobs came first, then loud, ragged weeping, until she could barely breathe. I knew all she needed now was a shoulder to cry on. Her hitching breaths faded. Spent from the fight with Rozan, she drifted off. The breach in the sanatorium wall came into view. Up ahead, Titan stood in the ring, and I had caught the faint hum of the death knell. We'll make it. I hitched her higher on my back and sprinted. A few minutes earlier, outside the sanatorium, the resonance of the death knell finally faded, and Boo Boo slipped through the breach in the wall. One by one, the Titans stirred back to life. Sophie stepped out from behind their defensive line.
The adjutant spared me once. I have no wish to hurt you. Hand it over, and you can leave, just like that girl did.
Bowser said nothing. She turned and ran. The Titans advanced in perfect unison. The ground split beneath them, throwing Bowser off balance. The melody rose once more. Sophie saw that she would not yield, and held back no longer. Bowser drew her sidearm and charged straight into a Titan's oncoming fist. She looked back in time, just in time, letting the strike smash into the ground, then vaulted up its arm toward the core. She fired until the magazine ran empty. The Titan toppled, just as several others brought their palms crashing down on its fallen bulk. She jumped off the Titan in time, but not before a blow grazed her arm. Titans had never been this precise, nor this willing to strike one of their own. Bowser found herself surrounded by 5 or 6 of them, their blows converging from all sides. Fighting through the strain of the death knell's toll, Bowser slipped past the frozen Titans and broke free. But the searing pain nearly robbed her of consciousness. Ever since that first clash with Rozan, when she had pushed her limits and activated the death knell more times than she could have, she had begun to feel pain again. Each use had only made it sharper. But she never told Andrew about it. It was only pain, nothing she couldn't endure. She remembered the quick thrum of his heartbeat, while she lay in his arms before they parted, when he said he was confident he could take Rozan down. She knew it was a lie, so she told one of her own. The moment she felt that faltering heartbeat, she decided she would come back. The Titans at the perimeter kept shifting their positions, the ring expanding, tightening, reshaping with her every move.
There's no breaking out of this, is there? But I'll keep it safe, no matter what.
She drew the death knell, its fine gear turning in slow, perfect rhythm beneath the transparent shell. To her, it was a gift from Andro, an item more precious than anything else.
Because it's something that could be used to truly hurt you. You placed it in my hands, and I won't let anyone else lay a finger on it.
The battle dragged on, the Titans closed in as one. As Mauser's movements grew ragged, her chances dimming by the second. She glanced down at her wrist console. 60 seconds until launch. She slowed to a stop, her eyes fixed on the Titans closing in. Sometimes she'd wondered how her life would end. The moment she understood how things would play out, she made up her mind.
Hand it over. This is your final chance.
Sophie's voice came from somewhere. Mauser let out a dry snort, not even sparing her a glance. Her heart pounded, manifestation energy surging through her hands. The Titans' ring tightened once more. Power surged, gears whirling faster, until the death knell sang its final note. And once again, pain ripped through her. The rocket was seconds away from launch. The Titans nearest her still staggered under the death knell's effect, but those beyond its reach were already closing in on Sophie.
It's coming. Death.
The death knell's effect faded. Every inch of her skin, every muscle, every organ screamed with pain. Drained, she sank to her knees, waited for the end to come. To her, death had always been something beyond the thin film of water. Weightless, voiceless, just out of reach. Because she'd never felt pain, death had always seemed ordinary to her. Simple, almost mundane. She'd thought facing it would be easy, just a matter of choice. But now she could feel pain, and with it fear, surfacing from that film of water to stare back at her, cold and silent. This must be fate's final offering to her. She had no choice but to take it. The gravel biting into her knees, her wounds twitching in reflex. She gazed dazedly into the setting sun.
Hey, Adjutant. Can I call out your name?
Now this one, I remember this one. Whatever you like!
Adjutant, Adjutant, Adjutant!
Hey, Adjutant.
In haze, the searing sun over the sea from her memory pierced through her heart. A flash of heat welled in her eyes, slid down her cheek, and fell onto the back of her hand. Suddenly, as if seizing something unseen, she sprang to her feet and ran. An unnamed impulse surged through her. She hurled the beacon as far as she could, and bolted for the nearest cover her visor's sensors could find. Run, just run. To what looked like a warehouse, downward, deeper. Anywhere she might survive. When her mind cleared, she found herself in the basement.
Deeper. I need to go deeper.
But there was nowhere left to run. This was as deep as it went. The countdown hit 0. The rocket launched. Oh, ouch. She didn't stop to wonder why she'd done all this. She slumped against the wall, trying to hold on to every happy moment she could remember. Moments with Andrew, the first time they met, the day she showed him the story she'd been writing. The first kiss, the first hug, the first night, the first time she truly understood him, and felt understood by him. Wow. She looked down at the wound on her wrist. Lifting her arm tugged at the nerves, making her muscles twitch involuntarily. Analgesia isn't simply the absence of pain, or of the fear that comes with it. It's the loss of a sense, like blindness or deafness, a gap in how one perceives the world. Unable to feel pain, she feared the sight of wounds more than most. To her, each one was a silent brush against the veil between life and death. And now, staring at the wound on her arm, the honest pain felt almost like comfort. That was when she understood what had driven her to hide, the desire to live. She wanted to tell him herself that her Anagisha was gone, and he no longer had to pity her. She wanted to tell him the sunset over Yalu Island had been beautiful. She longed to see it once more. She wanted to tell him she loved him, that in the moment pain returned, she was reborn. And it was the first truth she wanted him to know. There was so much she wanted to tell him. She could have talked for days, no, for a lifetime, if only he were there to listen. She wanted to see him once more. For a moment she wondered if he would come to save her. But in the end, she only hoped he would finish his mission safely. She felt no regret, only the ache of never seeing him again, and of everything ending this way. She heard the scream of the rocket drawing near. So she closed her eyes. The basement door burst open, a flood of light pouring over her. There you are, Mauser! I dove through the doorway, throwing myself over Mauser and Boo Boo to shield them from the blast. The blasts thundered behind us. The annihilation charges were made to neutralize Tytogen, so I couldn't use my ability to shield against them. I had to bear it with flesh and bone. Blood welled up, a metallic clang rising in my throat. A firestorm roared past the basement door. Beyond it, the chain detonations kept thundering. At last, the blasts faded. Smoldering, scorched earth, baby. I stepped out of the basement. Before me, the fields of sunflowers were burning as if a heavenly fire had descended. Amid the raging inferno, a towering, terrifyingly beautiful figure turned to face me.
So, Adjutant, Rozan spoke of you.
You're not Rozan? You're Sisyphus?
I am Sisyphus. I have come to kill you.
What? Aw, what? So we ain't fighting Rozan, we're fighting her Deus. Okay. Okay, is everything working? Okay, yeah, everything's still working, perfect. It's been an hour and 18 already. Let's do this. I might cave and get that.
Pathetic. Disgraceful. You've been pushed to your limit. Let me end him, Rozan. And let me end you too.
Adjutant, I'll back you up.
Tell me.
I'm okay. Take it down together. Take this.
I can fight too. Target under control. I can handle one more death now. Awaiting your command.
Sector array. Open.
Ooh.
I'm Kaiser Reflection.
Tell me.
Resistance is meaningless.
Don't make this too quick. Don't get too quick. Not too quick now.
May all evil be purged.
It's pretty quick.
Got a different form?
Her energy level just spiked again. Adjutant, be careful.
Show me what you got. Ooh!
Once more.
Map wide. This is Sisyphus. What happened to Rozan? This is it. Damn.
You think the pain of flesh can blind me?
Let me see. Mission success!
A minute. Of course it's always quick. On the brink, I forced every last ounce of strength to draw Tytogen from Sisyphus. Waves of it surged through me, relentless, crushing. I was pushed past my limits, yet the flow from her body, it felt endless. I forced myself to focus, gathering the Tytogen and shaping it at the cellular level, forcing my body to make room for more. At last I could no longer sustain the pull. My grip on the monster's throat slipped away. Most of Sisyphus's massive form had already been drawn into me. What remained was a tattered shell, and within it, a woman curled up upon herself. Rozan. She collapsed to the ground, eyes fluttering open as she stretched, then absorbed the rest of Sisyphus's shattered mass into herself. A heartbeat later, violet lines crawled across her face. Her muscles surged, her frame swelling. The same monstrous form, now refined, no longer unwieldy. Then the outer shell folded inward. Her body reformed into its former shape, save for the faint traces of Tytogen etched between her brows. With a flick of her wrist, a chain of sonic booms tore through the air.
I knew it.
She turned her gaze toward me and gave a nod.
I knew I was right to choose you, Adjutant.
Did you need me to get rid of Sisyphus for you? I forced myself upright, suppressing the violent clash between Tytogen and my own cells. Then I turned to check on Mauser and Boo Boo. During the battle, Mauser had triggered the death knell once more. Boo Boo had spent every last round from her guns, and Sisyphus had shattered her specular array. They were finished, their strength completely drained. Rozan now stood eye to eye with me, her presence coiled with danger. The lines of her muscles shimmered with Tytogen. To me, she was no longer human. So this is the full word. So this is the full fusion with your Deimos?
Exactly. This is what you once turned down, but I won't offer it again. You and I are alike. Exceptional. Unmatched. Your progress is remarkable. Far beyond what I expected. But you're still a step behind. Pity.
Don't say that. She regarded me in silence. Something in her gaze felt off. Distant. Alien. Awe. Fusion. Are you Rozan? Or Sisyphus? Or both?
You're right. I'd overlooked that. I never truly controlled the fusion. Each time I absorbed enough Cytogen, Sisyphus seized control.
Okay, I'm pronouncing it right. Good.
I thought you might be the one to defeat her. So I came here, to where Edda hoarded enough Cytogen as she interfered with your space launch. One of you had to die here. And now, I took advantage of my Deimos' moment of weakness and killed her. But by what I've become, it seems she killed part of me too.
No, not a part of you. No, not like this, please.
So, I am Rozan, and I am Sisyphus.
Not like this. Come on. Why bother telling me this?
Because I pity you. And because I admire you. But our paths were never meant to align.
You think you've won?
Do you realize what true control over the fusion means? You've learned the proper way to wield Cytogen. You're more gifted than I ever was. But your time is running out.
So the fusion is just a matter of fusing with Cytogen at the cellular level? Cellular level?
That's only the surface. You don't possess theotropic nerves. You've forged a different path. But in the end, both paths lead to the same place. A new form of life.
And that's why you call yourself a god?
You mistake my purpose for vanity. You've seen the broadcast as well. Whether it was real or fabricated, you should ask yourself, where does humanity go from here? And what will you be? A hero who will eventually save the world? Defeat me, bring down Edda, and restore the world to what it once was?
A hero? That label doesn't mean much to me. If what I've done looks heroic to you, so be it. I don't live by titles. Words like that don't mean anything. You call us special, exceptional? Maybe. But I never believed I was meant to be more than what I am. I'm not ordinary, no. I took a bullet to the heart that should have killed me. But I was lucky. It gave me power instead. But that doesn't give me the right to demand anything, or to rule anyone. I'm simply here to stop you from wrecking the world.
Wrecking?
Yes. But I don't hide behind words like justice. I act on what I believe is right. Just as you do. I'm not here to judge you. Only to act on my will. No scientist, I can't cure Jovosis. Nor am I a revolutionary. I don't know how to rebuild a society. I don't meddle in what I don't understand. If civilization is destined to end its own through its evolution is beyond my control. I won't let anyone twist its fate on a whim. Stopping you, that much I can do.
You're no hypocrite.
Yeah.
So, have you decided? Run or fight?
Baby, we're going all the way.
If you run, you might live long enough to grow, to catch up to my power. I won't stand idle, though. I'll pull every lever I can to drag you back into another fight. If you choose to stand and fight here, your odds are slim. But mark this, if you challenge me, I will not run. Only one of us walks away.
Yeah, it's such a shame. I don't ever see Rozan joining our ranks. Not at all. Such a shame. Would have been nice. God. I rue the day that the MC will kill her.
Will you stake everything on this chance for a final duel?
MC, please don't kill her.
Take your time to decide.
I don't want her dead. I'm gonna miss her. She turned, walked to the low ridge, and settled at its crest. Arms slipped around me from behind.
No. Don't go.
No! Don't cry! I turned and pulled Mauser into my arms. Boo rushed in too, two of them pressing against my chest. I brushed the hand across Mauser's cheek. She clutched it tight, tears brimming in her eyes. Don't cry.
Don't go. Please.
Never seen her like this before.
Let's leave. Let's go home. We can hide. Somewhere no one will ever find us.
Mauser.
No. I don't want to hear it. I know what you're going to say. I don't want to hear it. Call me selfish. I don't care. I just want you. I just want you to live.
Mauser, hey. It's okay.
My analgesia is gone. It's gone. It hurts so much. Do you even know?
I know. Her tears spilled into my palm, warm against my skin.
I want us to live. I haven't even told you half of what I wanted to. I want to go to Yalu Island with you, seal our covenant, and do so many things together.
I know, Mauser. I do.
But you're still going, aren't you?
She tipped her head back, teeth clenched, fighting back tears. I'm sorry.
I don't want you to say sorry. I don't want to hear it. You promise me. Promise me I'll come back.
I promise. I promise. I'll come back for you. I'll take you both home. We'll all go home. Together. On my other side, Boo Boo slowly pulled me back from my arms. Boo Boo.
I'm listening.
I want you to know, I've seen how hard you've tried. Every bit of it.
Yeah.
I saw how you fought Rozan. I've waited a long time for this day. I'm proud of you, Boo Boo. My Boo Boo can finally stand on her own.
Yeah. Are you done? If you are, I have something to say too. What I wanted to say is...
She drew a deep breath.
Go get him, Adjutant! You've got this! In my heart, you've always been my hero! You taught me everything I know! You saved me, shown prize you're after. Go get it! I'll be watching, and I'll remember every moment!
Thank you, Boo-Boo. I promise. I'll win this time. She broke into a teary smile, nodded once, rose on her toes, and kissed me on my lips.
Mwah. That was a good luck kiss. I've cast the lots. Victory's ours!
And it shall be. Mauser leaned in, hugged me, pressed the death knell into my hand.
Take this. If it'll help.
Then, a flash of inspiration struck me. It will. I ruffled their hair, then turned and started up the hill toward Rozan.
You came. I knew you would.
Why can't we just be friends, bitch? Rozan rose to her feet.
I was right about you, after all.
If you die, I'm gonna miss looking at this. You look pleased.
Of course. I've always believed we're the same kind. We might have different goals, different paths, but you came when I called. That proves it. It's not just strength I'm talking about. You've always carried yourself like someone in complete control. But that doesn't say everything about you. That's only how you act when things go smoothly. When you're pushed to your limits, that's when your true nature shows. If you'd have run today, I'd have been wrong about you. Just another coward, unworthy to face me.
It's a narrow view. You've run before too.
When defeat is certain, retreat is only wisdom. Back then, Rozan Quarena was merely testing you, not seeking a final duel. But now, you stand a chance. You've been trying to make Tytogen merge with your body, haven't you? I gave you that time on purpose. You do have a shot.
So you knew. Still, I don't understand why you'd be so generous.
I killed part of myself. I already told you. I didn't expect to, but I've made my peace with it. The moment you answered my call, I had what I wanted. Because you possess the rarest human trait. Courage. I want you dead. And yet, I would be proud to fall to you. If you win, the world I sought to build may yet be born from you. I told Sophie the same. When you reveal your vision to someone worthy, it is a summons to duel. Those who understand and accept your creed earn the right to slay you. When two people who share the same quality clash to the death, that quality endures.
Too bad. I have reasons to kill you I can't set aside. I can't pretend Rozan Quarena is gone. There are still debts tied to her name. Debts that only death can repay.
That's fine. I don't mind.
Then let's end this. The last of my strength, I forced Tytogen to fuse with my cells. Like iron in a forge, I needed one final strike to be reforged. From Dawn's first clash to Dusk's last ambush, 100 battles, and at the end, that battle match with Sisyphus. I was past exhaustion. Even as Tytogen kept my body upright, my will had already turned to ash. Yet, Rozan still stood before me like something newly born of the night. She was right. She'd evolved into a new form of life. Can I do this? I asked myself. It was a question I could no longer avoid. Her unwavering gaze rekindled a spark within me. Strip away everything, thought, noise, doubt. Only pure will and focus could grasp even the faintest chance of victory. This was the moment. Unleash the fear I had kept caged, and turn it on the enemy before me. Face her. Face that fear. Face the truth that I'd fought her countless times and never won. Face her willpower as relentless as mine. I closed my eyes, drew a breath, and let the inner fire rise, burning the rust from my courage. I opened them to the heart, burned clean, and within it, the resolve to win, to end her at last, began to grow. I pocketed the death knell, raised my fists, and charged straight at Rozan. The sunflower still burned, the air sank of scorched earth. From the ridge, metal rang against metal, again and again. Flames licked the sky. Sparks filled the silence between blows, flashing through the dark, and still the clashing didn't stop. Wouldn't stop. One of us reached for godhood, yearning to build a new world. The other stayed human, fighting to protect this one. We clashed, faster than any human could move, harder than any body could endure. Each impact roared like thunder no mortal was meant to take. I caught Rozan's blade again. She was still in her human form. She hadn't gone all out yet. I had to hold something back too, for the other form lurking within her. She kept her guard tight, clipping away at me bit by bit. She could have broken through if she'd gone all out, but she waited patiently for the perfect opening. Once I caught a real opening, I turned her punch into a takedown, dragging her into the ground game. Chokes and joint locks were my equalizer when brute strength wasn't. Even a body of steel can be choked out. I learned that from our earlier bout back in the sanatorium. After I wrenched her arm once, she never let me take it into the ground again. She fought slow and careful, grinding me down, carving at my will piece by piece. It had become a battle of will. I fought as Tytogen knitted my wounds, growing numb to pain, to fatigue, to everything else. Rozan saw I was fading, but instead of pressing, she slowed, testing me with cautious strikes. The fight dragged on. Her rhythm tightened. Her blows came faster, and slowly, she began to believe my weakness was real. Then, it's time. I met her charge with a heavy cross punch. We both staggered, but I didn't fall. But I didn't back off to catch my breath. I drove straight in. She caught both my fists, eyes locked on mine.
You know you're losing, don't you?
In the next instant, Tytogen surged across her skin, hardening into gleaming armor. Like a demon lord reborn, she ripped free and brought both arms crashing down toward my head. I caught the blow. The force still crashed through me. My feet stank into the soft, scalding mud as the weight drove me down, inch by inch. She seized the moment by driving a knee into my gut. The Tytogen I had formed there shattered on impact. Then came the killing blow, aimed straight for my heart. Now. This was the opening I'd waited for. Holding steady, faking weakness, hanging on just long enough. Every trace of fatigue, every fearless resolve to die, all of it had been an act. But even so, it was a gamble with my life. From the moment Mauser pressed the death knell into my hand, I'd known there was only one way to defeat Rozan. Now one with her Delos. Time seemed slow. I had already palmed the death knell before our final clash. Reasons to kill, reasons to live, promises to keep. Everyone and everything I had sworn to protect, and all the love and hope I carried within me. With all of it on my back, I readied my last strike. I dropped my guard and let her arm drive straight through my chest. At the same moment, my right fist, the death knell, clenched in it, smashed through the titan plate guarding her heart. Every last drop of Titagen in me surged into my palm, flooding the death knell. Irresistible force shot through my arm, surging into Rozan. Her armor and the Titagen in us fused into one raging current, flooding into the device. We were like two furnaces chained together, burning up every last scrap of fuel. Neither of us could move. The death knell drank us both dry. It was a desperate last-ditch move. Activate the death knell with Titagen, and under its phase lock, it would drain the user dry. No failsafe. I'd only tested it once, back when the device was first built. But now, with this much Titagen pouring in, I had no idea what would come next. In a heartbeat, the death knell overloaded. I yanked my arm back, just in time to shield my vitals before it blew. My head rang. The world spun. I couldn't tell from up down. Get up. This isn't over. I forced myself upright. Not far away, Rozan staggered too, just as wrecked as I was. With the last trace of Titagen in my body gone, everything felt like it was in slow motion. The death knell had drained me to the bone. Rozan was the same. Battered, bloodied, barely standing. I must have looked no better. Surviving that blast was a miracle in itself. But this was what I gambled everything for. To bring us both back to zero. To start again for one last fair fight. No. A slow, heavy swing. She saw it coming, but her arms were too slow. My fist smashed into her jaw. Pain rushed back as my muscles moved. The adrenaline faded. With no Titagen propping me up, my strength began to drain away. Oh, not now. Not yet. I wrapped both arms around her head, tucked in, and drove my knee up. Her fist struck my ribs, but my knee smashed into her forehead exactly as planned. She tore free and stumbled back, then tripped on something. I pounced, crashing onto her. Blood streamed from her scalp. One eye was bloodshot, the other locked on me. She clamped down on my wrist, trying to break my leverage. Don't let her recover. Don't give her room to strike back. Headbutt. I caught her wrists and locked them down. Both her arms trapped, then drove my forehead into hers. Her grip faltered. I caught her right arm, trapped it between my legs and arched back with everything I had. Her bones in her arms snapped. Maybe the pain cleared her head. She rolled left, gritting her teeth, slipping free. Her right arm now hung useless. Yet she still came for me. She had no escape. Maybe she never meant to. I was spent, and she seized the moment. Rolled me over, straddled me, her legs snapping for my throat. I twisted away, but her one good arm snaked around my neck, tightening fast. Only one of us would walk away. Even now, she clung to every scrap of his chance. I know how this is gonna end. Oh, God, I miss you. If her right arm still worked, she might have sealed the choke, but it didn't. And she could only watch as I pried her grip off inch by inch. I locked my legs around her waist, heaved hard, and flipped her under me. Then I wrapped my fingers around her throat and squeezed with everything I had left. Her blood ran down her face, across my knuckles. The sunflowers around us still burned, her features flickering between firelight and shadow. She clawed at my hand, trying to tear it off. I gave it everything. Through the hot, slick blood, her grip slowly faltered, then fell away. Oh, God, no. Hatred, ideals, courage, resolve. God damn it. All of it faded with her final breath. The burden that had shadowed me for a year ended here, by my own hands. Rozan Kraurena, the one who killed Orlova and left a trail of blood behind her, and the reborn Rozan who dreamed of building a new world, both were gone. The woman who came as judge and executioner, who stepped into the pit to stake her life against mine, was finished. Like me, she had staked everything, and with the courage and clarity of a human heart, she followed her will to the very end. Do you still hate her, AMC? I couldn't tell how long it had been, ages or just a heartbeat, when I heard Boo Boo and Mauser calling out to me. I couldn't make out the words. My body felt cold. I looked down. A deep gash slit my chest. The one Rozan had carved when I used the death knell. The bleeding had slowed. My armor was soaked, every seam thick with blood. And even with that wound, I had killed Rozan. I collapsed. Their voices blurred together. Numbness crawled up from my limbs, reaching for my head. I think Boo Boo caught me. Saw her lips flutter, shouting something, but I heard nothing. My heartbeat was the only sound left. Someone lifted my arm. My vision wavered. Shapes moved around me, but I couldn't follow them. I no longer understood what they were doing. Every bit of strength left in my body was spent just staying alive. My senses were shutting down. Darkness closed in from the edges of the world, hungry to swallow the last of the light. It felt like I was sinking into a sea, struggling not to break apart. Through the haze, I saw Mauser running toward me. something in her hands. She placed it on my chest, already numb to the touch. With their help, my body stopped coming apart. Sound returned first, then warmth, a hot wetness on my face.
No, don't die, please. It's working. Go find more Titan remains.
The cold crept back into my chest. My body began to draw in Titagen on its own, pulling it into strength I could still command. My heart beat slowly, as if it had stopped for a while, and someone had called it back. It was damaged. My body gathered what Titagen it could, patching it up. Thump, 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 thump. The smell of burning sunflowers drifted into my nose.
He's getting better. Yes.
They brought me more Titagen. Not much, but enough to help me recover.
Go get more.
Wait, that's enough. Help me up. At last I could stand. The Titagen radiation had weakened. Not enough to jam our comms anymore. I took the terminal from Mauser and called headquarters. Caroline, it's me. Rozan has been killed. All Titans eliminated. All operatives alive. Tell Tau the operation's complete. Is everything still? Yes, it is. It's like I was I had the feeling I'm feeling right now. It's the same as when I watched Infinity War. Oh no, when I watched Endgame. When Thanos died. Same feeling. I root for villains, that's what I do. I always root for villains. God damn it. Oh, Rozan, I'm gonna miss you so much. Oh, I'm gonna miss you. Oh, why I gotta be like this, man? Oh, God. That night, at the nearest Yggdrasil resupply base, we'd rest here for the night and head back to headquarters the following day. My condition had stabilized, and both Mauser and Bubu were out of danger after treatment. Bubu remained under observation, while Mauser had returned to the ward, the bed beside mine. I was lying there with my eyes closed when I heard a sound beside me. Still lying down, Mauser used her hand to push off the wall, lightly nudging her bed closer to mine. What are you doing? Lie still. Her hand found mine.
That's better. Yeah.
Well, at least I still have my whole team. She relaxed. Our bed's now close enough for our hands to stay linked. Her arms were still wrapped in bandages. I gently held her limp hand and gave one fingertip a light squeeze. I turned and met her eyes. In the blink of an eye, she rolled onto my bed.
Blood pressure normal. Osmotic pressure normal. Heart rate rising.
The monitor on her other wrist displayed my vital signs, blinking with each beat.
Per Dr. Mausier's assessment, the adjutant is cleared for light activity. Yeah.
Come on, Mauser. Then she leaned in and kissed me. Her lips were cool against mine. It was a tender kiss, tentative, filled with love. I watched her as her eyes closed, slowly fluttered shut, and gently covered mine with a hand. Ripples of warmth spread between us, as if our souls had twined together. I opened my eyes. Her pale yellow irises glinted in the dark, like unset amber, shimmering with each breath.
Bite me.
Oh my god. Valor, God. She lay on her side and drew my head into her arms, pressing me against her chest as she offered up her neck and shoulder. Her skin gave under the pressure, a faint flush rising beneath. With my ear against her throat, I could hear her breath, like wind rippling across water.
Harder.
I've caved. I caved. I shifted my angle and bit down harder. She's shut. Shit, goddammit. If a girl ever tells me to do that to her, who knows how wild who knows how wild I'm gonna get. God damn, man. She suddenly clutched my head, her body trembling as she stopped holding back. Does it hurt? I brushed my thumb over the twin bite marks on her shoulder.
Yeah.
People with congenital analgesia don't feel pain, even when injured. But that's no mercy. To watch yourself bleed and feel nothing tears away something deep inside. It severs the self from the world, a rupture between mind and body, a hollow in the senses, and a loneliness that lasts a lifetime.
I like it. I love how this feels.
God. It would be like Mark. This one's different.
I'm just like you now. Hold me. Tighter.
Oh my god, Maja, you have no idea how good it's about to feel. You don't know how good it's about to feel. I pulled her in, close enough to feel our breaths mingle. Oh, we rolled, switching positions. She kissed me, one arm sliding around my neck, my back.
Make me feel the pain.
God. Oh my god. Fine. I gave her what she wanted, my gaze never leaving her. After being satisfied, she steadied herself against me. Her eyes locked on mine, her brow furrowed as she slowly sat.
It hurts.
Yet she seemed to savor the unfamiliar sensation, letting it blend with every feeling she'd ever known. You okay?
Yes. So this is what pain really feels like.
Outside, rain whispered through the night beneath the rising crescent moon. A night bloom opened to the rain, fragile and unguarded. She turned her back to me. I reached out, guiding her chin until she faced me again, and kissed her. I wrapped my arms around her, holding her as if I could keep her there forever. It was like pushing through thorns and mire, discovering pain, a feeling long denied her. Her eyes brimmed with tears. The pain soothed her soul, filling the hole hollow inside, stitching the torn edges of her something whole. Feeling in pain, joy and sorrow, feelings long starved, were at last nourished, blooming to life. She could cry now, she could laugh, the body had healed. Mine would need more time. Moonlight lingered. A few autumn cicadas sang, and something rustled softly beyond the door. Closeness between us settled into stillness. Bowser, worn out, drifted off to sleep. I tucked the blanket around her, got changed, then slipped quietly outside. I feel a little better. A little better now. After Rozan's officially fucking dead. I'll be honest, Rozan was the reason why I've been heavily invested into this narrative. Oh, and you're gone. And you're gone. It will not be the same. No Edda. No one else. It's not gonna be the same. Just won't be the same. The hallway was still. The lights in the medical bay were off. Boo Boo's exam must have been finished. I thought I heard something. Boo Boo? No reply, but when I listened closer, yes, there it was. The faint rise and fall of someone breathing.
Yeah?
Only then came the answer. The same direction as the breathing. Why didn't you turn on the lights? I made my way into the medical bay, feeling along the wall. Boo Boo was crouched against it, her eyes catching the faint light as she looked up at me.
The exam's done. I'm fine.
Want to head back and rest?
Could you stay with me a bit?
I moved over and crouched beside her. What's wrong? Something in your test results?
No.
She hugged her knees tight, as if trying to make herself small enough to disappear.
I overheard you and Mao Shear by accident. I didn't mean to. I just finished and wanted to tell you I was okay. And then...
Even in the dark, I could see her face was flushed red.
What am I even saying?
She seemed to come to a decision. Then she turned and wrapped an arm around my neck. And eyes shut, kissed me full on the lips. It was a while before she caught her breath, and she leaned into me, her face still flushed and warm.
I want to do it with you.
Wow. 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 What? I know we've seen the Fenny scene and whatnot from the past updates, but the way you say it like that. So direct, so straightforward. Wow. Wow. Why can't I wish this game was in... I wish this game was for... I wish this game was adults only. I wish it was. I really wish it was, man. Fuck.
I don't really know why. I just felt so tense lately. Like something inside me's been out of place.
Oh, God, Boo Boo. God.
When I overheard you and Mao Shear, I finally understood.
Lord have mercy.
In times like this, only doing that thing with the person you love can make you feel better.
It's something I have not experienced yet. Exes are just false. I have not felt that yet.
I didn't get it before. I used to think closeness like that was something private, something meant only for the person you'd spend your life with.
Yeah.
But now I understand why it's called what it is. Because nothing expresses love more clearly than making it.
Her lips caught mine again. Maybe for her, life had entered a new phase. One that was about me, but also about herself. And this kind of closeness with the man she loved felt like the perfect beginning to a new chapter. I drew her into my arms, turning her so her back met the wall. She didn't pull away. That kiss was desperate and tender all at once. I laid her down on the treatment bed. She looked up at me, eyes waiting with devotion and longing, but her hand was already reaching for my body.
Adjutant? I'm ready.
She looked torn between determination and shyness. Her other hand reached up behind my neck, drawing me closer. The clouds parted. The hidden path lay open. Our breaths mingled in the quiet space between us. Her eyes still shimmered with all the words she hadn't yet said. Everything unfolded just as she'd hoped, as if her heart had known this moment was coming. She bloomed beneath me like a dew-kissed flower, the pale alabaster skin of her cheeks flushed red, softness with fire entwined.
Adjutant. I'm so happy.
This is so wholesome. I know. It dawned on me too. When love deepens beyond words, when happiness crests within the soul, the body yearns to bridge the gap, so we let our actions speak. In the intimate rhythm between us, her lips claimed mine again. Clumsy, but bold, chin lifted, wordless and proud, as if asserting what was hers. Right here, right now, you're finally mine. That's what her kiss declared. You have me, and you should have it all. She gave everything of herself to say it. All that waiting, quiet pain, all the repression and insecurity she carried. Now was the time to let it out, to face it, and to prove it to herself. I opened my eyes and saw a tear slip from hers. This was why I could never bring myself to talk to her about it. I'd known it for a long time, but knowing never made it easier. The need for approval is born from not seeing yourself. She might know that, but still. Only being seen by the one she admires could quiet the ache inside. That was the cruel truth I'd always known. That living up to what Boo Boo longed for would be achingly hard. Heimdall's image in her eyes was a facade forged from past glory, pure courage, unblemished honor. Even after joining, she still believed in it with all her heart. Now, she had proven it in the only way she knew, through a brave, noble act. Only then did she truly accept that she belonged to Heimdall. She was worthy of being with me. Sensing the pause in my movement, she opened her eyes.
What is it?
You've become the person you've always wanted to be, Boo Boo. I told her softly, foreheads touching, our eyes meeting. My recognition in this quiet closeness meant the world to her. Tears welled again and slipped past the corner of her eyes.
Thank you, Adjutant.
She called me by my name.
I've waited for this day. For this moment. For these words from you. For so long.
God damn it. Every time there's a scene like that, that intimacy, that it makes you so fucking lonely. Makes you feel so lonely. God damn it. And I get depressed all over again. Let's see what's the last one. Beautiful. I'm gonna get it. I'm sold already. I'm getting it. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see what's next. What's next? Rozan's dead. What? Edda? Now what? At least Esther's still alive. Well, she don't compare to Rozan. The next day. The helicopter touched down at Yggdrasil headquarters. At the far end of the helipad stood a few familiar figures by the entrance of the main building. Hey, Venny. A golden blur darted toward me and skidded to a stop just inches away. Venny. She glared at me, eyes shimmering with unshed tears.
You never change, do you?
She turned her head away. I tugged at her hand, and at last she gave in, leaned against my chest and hid her face there, her expression lost to me. Life, and Kaya came over as well. Kaya leaned in, resting a hand on my shoulder before brushing a kiss against my cheek.
You should have taken me with you. I knew you'd pull it off. Just don't leave me out next time.
Yeah. How was it on the Eastern Front?
We cut through them like a scythe through wheat.
Damn.
She makes it sound like it was easy.
Oh, Chenxing. Tess, Yao, and Chenxing also walked over from nearby.
Just a handful of us holding the whole Yarus front. And the military zone, too.
Good work. You handled the lines and redeployments better than anyone while I was away.
Don't say that. Life and Katya did more than I did. They led the logistics and field units to hold off the Quarrena faction's main assault.
God damn it. Now they shall crumble and scatter. They're nothing now.
I could have gone for 3 more days straight.
Yeah, damn. Damn, baby, shit. Katya laughed softly, flipping her hair. The other linchpin in the defense, wifey, Life, stood quietly beside me. Then Chenxing took my hand, her other hand coming up to cup my cheek.
My prince, you...
She paused, the words catching in her throat. Yao moved behind me and rested her head on my shoulder. I turned to her. She just pouted, that wounded look stabbing me with guilt. Oh, Tess took my other hand, biting her lower lip, eyes glistening with tears. It closed in around me, 6 pairs of eyes, all demanding an explanation. I know. My bad. Come on, let's talk on the way. They stood there, pretending not to hear me. I understood. No quick apology would fix this. Hey, look. I made it back in one piece, didn't I? I know I made you worry. I won't take risks like that again. Yeah, because there's no one equal anymore. Isn't there, MC? I'm so bitter, man. God damn it, I'm still bitter. Okay.
It's all right. You're back. That's what matters.
Who else can match you, bro? You can read Eda's movements. You can read everyone else. Chen Xing sighed, took her head, and walked off first to try to defuse the situation. But as she passed the others, she glanced back, regret still clouding her eyes. I'd known there would be no dodging this. Mission footage had reached headquarters before I did. They'd all seen the choice I made. But deep down, I knew it wasn't reckless bravado. If I backed off then, every operation that followed would have been a death sentence. For our future, for my girls, for the life we've built, I chose to fight. They weren't questioning my choice, just venting their frustration and hurt. The group headed slowly into the building. Wifey lingered at the back, then fell into step beside me. She remained quiet. I slipped an arm around her shoulders. She leaned in, resting her head against me. All right. I'm sorry. She turned and pulled me into a hug.
I know.
Oh, wifey, you're still here.
It's just...
She didn't go on, just tying her arms around me. I held her, gently running a hand through her hair. In the distance, I saw my operatives all pouring back out of the building entrance. Finally, home sweet home. In Tao's office. Come on, it's over. No need to look so grim. God damn it. Oh, Rozan, I miss you, Rozan. Oh, lovely, Rozan. Tao exhaled and gave me a weary look.
So what?
So what?
How many times did I say it? Safety came first on this mission. I wanted all three of you back in one piece.
I mean... We did. We did, didn't we?
You never listen. No matter what anyone says, you never change.
I only went up there because I knew I could win. But with how strong Rozan had become, if I'd let her walk away, she'd be a serious threat to everyone, including you.
Even if it meant losing every Yggdrasil branch and base, I wouldn't hesitate. Not if it meant keeping you alive. You more than anyone know the burden you carry.
Civilizations don't evolve without struggle and bloodshed. Life never did, either. Tao looked away and shook her head.
Boo-Boo and Maoshir are holding up well. The pressure seems to have pushed Boo-Boo's theotropic nerves even further, boosted her strength. Maoshir can feel pain now, but the death knell's gone. Building it drained all of our adaptive Titagen isotopes. No telling when we'll have enough to make another. And you. If your combat suit hadn't taken the brunt of the blast, you might have...
I would have won either way, suit or no suit. There are always variables in a fight. When two people, so evenly matched, face each other in a duel to the death, it all comes down to willpower and resolve. So neither of us backed down. Between rivals like that, the winner alone has the right to approve or reject what the other stands for. Who's your rival now, bro? Besides, who says the combat suit wasn't part of my calculations?
All right, I get it. You had it all under control.
As for the death knell, the current iteration has serious flaws. We'll hold off on rebuilding it until we've worked them out. Made me think of Maoshir. She cherished the death knell, and I understood why. I'll have to find a way to make it up to her.
One more thing. I'm not asking you to act on it right now. Just keep it in mind.
Tao opened her terminal and brought up a report.
Sophie's still alive.
Great. Right. That's right.
According to the sensor logs Mao Shear recovered, during their fight, Sophie's physical performance and manifestation output exceeded anything we've ever recorded among Heimdall manifestations.
So you're saying she's that powerful? She told me she learned something from Edda. A secret about manifestations.
A way to push their strength even further. Our field agents didn't find her body at the sanatorium. Maybe she was vaporized in the blast. Or maybe Edda got her out. And with Edda involved, reliable intel will be hard to come by.
Let me know as soon as anything comes up.
You just got back, and you're already thinking about going out again? You plan to tell your operatives? Fine. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah? Sorry. I made you worry too. Tao held my gaze for a long moment, then a faint smile touched her lips. Purple spread across the water. A woman stood aboard a skiff as it glided slowly to the waterborne town. She hummed softly, the boat swaying with each note.
The flood rose, drowning the town it once cradled. The lost lamb turned away from the arms of a new god. Rolling boulders ground the hero's remains. The end, oh the end. The end has come.
This is the end. My only friend. The end. Son of a bitch. Yep, it's truly over. Gone for good. You... you got choked to death. God damn, man. What a way to go. Now, what did I think about this chapter? Fucking awesome, man. I love this chapter. I loved it, but it's also bitter for me because she's fucking dead, man. She's dead. She was my favorite in this entire story, man. The first time I saw her in Skytopia, God, fucking hell. At least I got to saw her again in the glorious blaze. I already miss her. God damn it. Yay! Claimed it all. Whoopity-doo. Alright, now what? What do you mean? Hey, Chen Cheng! Hey, I hope you're not too mad still. I'm gonna read Acacia's mail in my own time. God damn, man. Gotta be like this, man. Why you gotta be like that, man? God! CN, why do you hate that character? Why? Damn it! Just relax. It's over. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do. It's over. It's all over. Well, that was Reflection of Valor. This might be the last chapter I truly will be so hyped for. Because Rozan's dead and whatnot. Unless they can capture my attention again to see what's next. To see if they can top the Adjutant's arrival in Rozan. Can they top that? Come on. Who else? Sophie? Etta? It's just not the same. He's gonna be reading everybody's fucking movements again. He's gonna be all knowing again. Always knowing what to do. Always. You know what I mean. Or maybe not. Maybe they'll find a way to pique my interest again. Otherwise, that was the story, and that's it for me. Beautiful. I love the fucking story. I love it. Oh, it was great. I think it's my favorite now. This tops Skytopia for me for now. Or actually, yeah. Reflection of Valor is my favorite story now. Second. Now it's Skytopia's second now. Well, yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. It's 5:34 a.m. It's pretty late. Early morning. So yeah, well, good night everyone, and until the next one, which I think will be Mia's test run. Yeah, Mia's test run, and then I guess let's optimize Heimdall. Yeah. Alright, well, until the next one. Bye-bye.